Now, as I said that sterilization is one of the technique, one of the technique by which we can prevent the microorganism which is present in or on the object, Now, heat is, you can say generally if we talked about the sterilization, the things which comes in our mind is the heat. By means of heating, we can achieve the sterile conditions. But there are various, you can say, methods. Yeah. But one of the principal ways to achieve the sterilization is to heat the object. Okay, is to heat the object. Fine. This sterilization is one of the oldest technique. It is one of the oldest techniques. If we talk about the history, then during the you can say 4th century before the Christ BC, people knows the importance of boiling the water. If we boil the water, then we can, you can say, destroy the harmful organism. It is known since, you can say, before the 4th BC. Okay, before the 4th BC. So people know about the importance of these sterilization techniques, or you can say the heating. Now, there are, you can say, various method comes under the sterilization. So one of the technique of the sterilization is the sterilization by heat. So make the first sterilization by heat. Sterilization by the heat. By heat. Now, in the heat, we are prefer the first is boiling. First is the boiling. You know that if we boil the water, okay, if we boil the water, then on certain temperature, most of the bacteria, they are destroyed within 100-degree temperature. Okay, within 100-degree temperature. So 100-degree temperature, 100 degrees Celsius, 100-degree Celsius is optimum. Okay, is a optimum. In this temperature, most of the bacteria is destroyed. But remember, I am saying the most of the bacteria, not all the bacteria. Why? Yeah. Why all the bacteria will not destroy on this 100-degree temperature? Very good. Because bacteria produce a certain, you can say, product which sustain, okay, which is, you can say, resist this much temperature. This much temperature, and those bacteria are called as the spore-forming bacteria. Bacteria generally produce by means of binary fuse, you can say the binary division, isn't it? The normal mode of bacterial reproduction is what? Normal is the asexual type, that is called as the binary division. They divide into 2, then 2 into 4. Fine. But during their unfavorable condition, during their harsh environment, they produce by the means of sporulation, and they form the, you can say, the various spores. Okay, these spores, they are heat resistant. They are what? Those spores are what? They are the heat resistant. The spores are basically the heat resistant. They can withstand this much temperature, 100-degree temperature. Okay, they can withstand this 100-degree temperature. But we want, in the sterilization, we want the complete eradication, isn't it? We want complete destruction of microorganism. So we have to adapt certain new ways to eradicate these heat-resistant bacteria as well, isn't it? So the first method is the boiling, and in this boiling, most of the bacteria, generally their temperature, if we talked about the temperature, then 100 degrees is optimum, but within a 70 degrees Celsius, okay, most of the bacteria, they become non-functional, or their population is discarded, isn't it? But 100-degree temperature is optimum. 100-degree temperature is the optimum, but even though we increases the temperature, till the 100 degree temperature, 100 degrees Celsius, but these spore bacteria are not destroyed. It means we have to search a new ways to eradicate this spore heat bacteria as well, isn't it? Now, so for this heat resistant endospore, basically these heat resistant endospores, we are applying another method where we are boiling basically these heat resistant endospore bacteria, okay, in the closed vessels, and these techniques under the pressure, remember, under the pressures in the closed vessels, we are increasing the temperature till the 121 degrees Celsius or even more. It can be 150 degrees Celsius, and this is achieved in a one closed vessel, okay? And this technique is called as the autoclaving. So write it down. The another way to achieve the sterilization by the heat is called as the autoclaving. Autoclaving. Now, in the autoclaving, what we are doing, we are putting the microorganism infected, you can say equipments, okay, equipments under the steam, okay, under the steam in the closed vessels, okay, in the closed vessel, and we are providing the temperature more than 121 degrees Celsius. And in this autoclaving techniques, all the microorganism is destroyed. Okay, all the microorganism is destroyed. So this is called as the autoclaving technique. And if you talked about the pressure, internal pressure is 103 kilopascal. 103 kilopascal. Okay. And if we talked about the duration, it is about the 10 minutes. It is about the 10 minutes, but it depends. It depends which kind of material you are using. There are certain materials which are, you can say, if you put under this autoclaving, okay, they become, you can say, non-usable, isn't it? So this is limited to those, you can say, medical equipment which can resist this much temperature, which can withstand this much temperature, 121 degree Celsius temperature. Fine? No problem? Now, the another method of this comes under the heat is the sterilization. Write it down. Another method is the third method we are discussing under the heat is called as the sterilization. Now, this sterilization is basically called Tyndall effect. Okay, it is discovered by the John Tyndall. It is discovered by the John Tyndall. Okay, who you can say first demonstrate the existence of heat-resistant microbial forms. Okay, heat-resistant microbial forms. It is also called as the intermittent streaming. Why? I will explain. It is also called as the intermittent streaming. Now, in this sterilization, you can say, or the Tyndall effect, what is happening? Materials are heated on 90 to 100 degrees temperature till the 30 minute, okay? And then you can say there is no further providing the temperature, means the substances is in there, you can say normal state, means the materials are again make them to cool, okay? And again in the next day, there will be, you can say, again the heating on the same temperature. Means there is an intermittent, and you are not continuously heating, or you can say there is no prolonged time heating. There is a break, okay, there is a break. And this procedure is about the 3 days, okay? You have to provide the 3 days. Okay, that's why they are called as the intermittent. Okay, they are called as the intermittent. So, these sterilization effect, or you can say the sterilization process, it is used for those substance material that might be, you can say, damaged in the high temperature, which is used in the autoclaving. As I said, that autoclaving is very, you can say, done in the very high temperature, isn't it? And those substances which are not withstand this much temperature, they will, you can say, become non-functional. So for those substances, this method, sterilization method is applied. Here what is happening? Here basically we are taking the material and we are heating the material on 90 to 100 degree Celsius temperature. How much? 90 degree to 100 degree Celsius. Why I am stressing on these temperatures? Because you have to keep this temperature in mind, because in the objectives, in the competitive exams, they were asking continuously about the temperature, the pressure, okay, the mode. Fine. So this method, sterilizations, how much in the three days, successive days we are putting, and in these techniques also we can achieve the sterilization. We can achieve the sterilization. Fine, no problem. Now, the another techniques, you see that these temperatures, they are not a normal temperature, they are a high range temperature. Fine. And if we provide this temperature on our daily products, okay, on our daily products, our products will become, you can say, their taste appearance is altered. Fine. Their size and shape, their nutritional value, that can all be destroyed by heating on this temperature. So what we can do? You probably heard about the Lewis posture, isn't it? You heard about the Lewis posture, which we discussed in our introduction to microbiology chapter. And in that chapter, we said that there are so many contributions of Lewis posture. Okay, starting from liquid media to giving the description about the diseases to disproving the germ theory. Okay, there are so many contributions of Lewis posture. They are also called as the you can say, father of microbiology. So one of their ways, you can say, contribution is to providing a medium, providing a process by which we can protect the liquid foods, okay, liquid, you can say, products like wine, whiskey, isn't it? You can protect the milk. Fine. So this method is given on the for respect of their, you can say, name. This method is called as the pasteurization. So another method to achieve the sterilized, you can say, product is the pasteurization. So write it down. The fourth ways is called as the pasteurization. Now, pasteurization is principally applied to which products? Liquid. Very good. It is principally applied for the liquids. Okay. And traditionally, this method is, you can say, cultivated in the practice is just because of protecting the milk. Okay. So, principal application is in the milk. You can say factories or to protecting the milk. But this techniques is nowadays also applies to, you can say, prevent the harmful bacterial growth in the beverages. Okay, beverages like whiskey, brandy, rum, okay, vodka, okay, to prevent the beverages spoiling. Now, there are different types of pasteurization. Okay, there are different types of pasteurization. We will discuss the three types. The one is called as the high temperature short time, HTST. Okay, the first pasteurization method, okay, first pasteurization method is called the HTST, high temperature short time. Means you are, in this method, you are heating the milk, okay, on high temperature, but in the short duration. Fine, no problem. Now, the another technique is called as the LT folding method. LT folding method means you are heating the heating the liquid product for you can say on low temperature, okay, on the low temperature in the, you can say, long time period. How much? In 30 minutes. How much? In 30 minutes, and temperature is 60, temperature is 62.8 degrees Celsius. Okay, no problem. And another method is called as the ultra pasteurization. Ultra pasteurization. Now, in the ultra pasteurizations, you are providing the temperature more than 137.8 degree Celsius. How much? 137.8 degree Celsius. Okay, this is called as the ultra pasteurization. And these all techniques are widely used in the market milk. Okay, in the market milk, these techniques, they are used in the market milk. Fine, no problem. Now, so let's summarize what we studied in controlling by the means of heat. In the sterilization, you just remember that these sterilizations can be achieved, okay, in the three ways. First ways we discussed is called as the heat. Another one is called as the eradication. Fine. And the another technique is called as the filtration. So by these three ways, you can achieve the sterile products. So the first technique we discussed is the heat, and generally the sterilization is correlated with the heat. Okay, heating the object. So in the heating, the first technique is the boiling. Generally, most of the bacteria become inactive at 70 degrees Celsius. But in the boiling means 100 degree temperature, and it is the optimum. Okay, it is the optimum which are for those bacteria which are, you can say, heat susceptible. Those bacteria who are the heat susceptible, this temperature is optimum for them. But there are certain bacteria which produce the heat-resistant endospores. Okay, and if you talked about their notable example, remember the two examples. The one is called as the tetanus bacterium, and another one is called as the botulism bacterium. These two bacteria, they are two notable bacteria which are producing the heat-resistant endospore. So for destroying this heat-resistant endospore and achieving the sterile, you can say, environment, we have to employ the another techniques in the heating, that is called as the autoclaving. Now, in the autoclaving, what is happening? We are heating the objects, okay, in a one closed vessels in the 121 degrees temperature under the 103 kilopascal pressure at 10 minutes. Okay, and by this method we can destroy the spore, heat resistant endospore. But now, not all the equipments, medical equipments, not all the products can sustain this much temperature. Okay, they loses their texture, they loses their shape, and if we talked about the foods, okay, they loses their nutritional value. So it means we have to search another alternate techniques. The another, you can say, alternate technique is the sterilization. Okay, is the sterilization which is discovered by the John Tyndall. Now, in this sterilization method, what we are doing, we are providing the 90 degree to 100 degree temperature. Okay, and we are not, you can say, prolonged time heating the object. We are heating, we are taking the break, again heating, again taking the break. Okay, that's why it is also called as the intermittent streaming. It is also called as the intermittent streaming. And how much this? 3 successive days. By doing this, we achieve, you can say, free from this heat resistant endospore. Got it? No problem now. But you know, this much temperature is also not good for the food products. Okay, they will lose their texture, they will lose their taste. Okay, they will lose it, and you know, like most of the fat containing products, they become bitter when you heat. You can say in a high temperature, you can use their nutritional value as well as their taste. So for that, the father of microbiology comes, okay, and he given one of the techniques for preserving the liquids, okay, to making the liquids sterile is the pasteurization method. And now, this pasteurization method is not, traditionally it is meant for the milk, but nowadays it is widely used in the industrial beverage production, okay, like the wine, whiskey, rum, brandy, okay. Now, there are various ways to, in the pasteurization. The one of which is to, you can say, HTST, okay, high temperature at short time period. Another is the long time period holding, okay, on the, you can say, the rest temperature, 30 minutes at the temperature of 62.8 degrees Celsius, okay. And there is something called ultra pasteurization. This is for 137.8 degrees Celsius for only couple of the second, means only you are heating 2 seconds, okay, only you are heating the 2 seconds. Now imagine this temperature just for 2 seconds, okay. This is called as the ultra pasteurization. So the one method in the sterilization we discussed is the heat. Now comes to the another method called as the eradication. Till here you have any doubt? Yeah? No? If you have doubt, then comment down. We will answer your comments. We will answer your queries. Now make the heading